A week after the National Assembly passed contentious amendments to the election law, focus shifted to the Senate on Wednesday. The debate would, however, wait till afternoon, where Speaker Ekwe Ethuro directed the contentious amendments be committed to the Legal Affairs Committee for scrutiny and public participation immediately after the first reading.
The committee should also join the Legal Affairs Committee for all the reasons that have been stated. And I want to encourage the public also to take this opportunity to make representations before our committees so that the committee can be able to reach a decision that is well grounded.
And I appeal to the public as a whole that when the committee is hearing the views, which I hope the press will be able to also to publish, with hearing the views, let them know, rather than making comments outside, let them come and make it inside the committee, rather than address them in public rallies, in funerals, burials, and whatnot, in churches and so on.
For fears that there would be a replication of the mood witnessed in the National Assembly last week, the opposition had sought to have the Speaker adjourn the sitting, a request that was eventually dismissed.
I left the chamber. Actually, I left with all my things. And then I realized that we are supposed to come back. I thought then that it would have been in order if I found a different order paper on my seat. I have found the same order paper. That simply means that this House is improperly constituted.
But at the same time, to remind them the time we had the impeachment of the Deputy Governor of Machakos. Mr. Speaker, the mess was removed. We came back 3 times in this House, and at 7, you had to come back with the mess. So I would want to understand now the interpretation of both, Mr. Speaker.
The opposition had also challenged the weightiness of the amendments to warrant the convening of a special sitting.
What transpired in the National Assembly, a number of suits are in the High Court. So what we are doing now, it should not be surprising that it will attract suits in the High Court. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, one of the strongest grounds that a Kenyan will use is that at 2:30 today, there's no sitting. Mr. Speaker, this sitting we are having does not exist, and please listen to the office of the clerk.
In his ruling, Speaker Ekwe Ethuro urged court to shelve their planned mass action over the election law and instead put trust in the legislative process.
To all other political formations, that there is a need to trust our institutions. This is an opportunity we have given us, a House of Parliament, to our country, to try to use the legislative process in terms of resolving some issues, even when they are contested.
The court collision, that given the sobriety with which this matter has been handled by this House, will they consider to call off the planned mass action on the 4th of January 2017?
The Senate will on 4th January convene yet another special sitting where the report of the Legal Affairs Committee will be tabled and allow for debate over the amendments that have heightened political temperatures since their acrimonious passage by the National Assembly a week ago.